showtime.
Hey, Amir, how you doing?
Please subscribe to sharonatsea channel. Thank
you. Boom. Here we are. We made it. Sharon, we made it to another Monday night. How the heck are you, girl?
I know. I'm doing good.
You're doing good? Yeah. Are you doing good? Are you feeling good?
I am.
Because you're looking good. Let me take a look at you here. Oh, you look great. Look at you. Oh, boy.
We don't look so red.
No, we don't look so red. We almost look normal in what I'm seeing here. That's amazing.
Usually we look so like, I don't know, we look like someone put paint on us or something.
Listen, I'm not one to ever go back and rewatch the live stream because I don't like to watch myself. It's awkward and uncomfortable. And some of you may know what we're talking about. But when we do get a glimpse of ourselves, we're like, oh my God, why do we look like tomatoes? Why lobsters? I mean, our faces are just so weird and red. So it's always a challenge to get yourself to look anywhere near normal and have all the right colors and all that kind of stuff. So I think it worked out, Sharon. I think it worked out. Guys, how you doing out there? Can you see us? Can you hear us? Let us know in the chat. Let me get into the chat and see what's going on out there with everybody. Nautical Nurse Nancy is here. What's going on, Nancy? One half of the hammer and nail combination. Love you, ladies. Thank you for being here. Let's see. Yes, Mary, that is a new Maxwell. But Mary, hold on. That Maxwell, we've had that Maxwell 3 times already. Have you been slacking on the intro?
At least so.
At least 3 times, for crying out loud. Brian from Howie Cruise says, yes, I agree. Julie always goes back and watches every stream. No, I can't. You know what? I haven't been able to watch a live stream since the New Year's Eve debacle 5 years ago.
Oh, my gosh.
I think since then, I just haven't been able to do it. If you know what we're talking about, then that means you are an OG of the YouTube channel, and we go way back. Rich Wilkinson, thanks a lot. Sound and look good. I like it. I like it. Gary, nice to see you. Debbie Range is here, says loud and clear. Gina Bird says, looking good, y'all. Gina, I love when you put a little southern twang into it. I appreciate that very much. I hope that you and Matt are doing well out there. Timothy Walters, my main man. Timothy, you know I replied to the comment there. Get better. Keep on getting better, brother. We love you. And when you're ready, we'll be ready. That's all I can tell you. We'll be ready to cruise. Jamie Wilhite, hello. The trip to California was great. I'll touch base on that in a minute. We've got a lot. There's just a lot going on here at home. You know, I say to Sharon sometimes, I say, you know, every person that does this YouTube thing has different circumstances that they live under. And, you know, as parents and guardians and living with family and all that, we have a lot going on around us. So this past week, since you last saw us, Callie started her junior year of high school.
I think she had just started when we did our last lecture.
Are you sure? Maybe it was the day. No, because we were on 2 Mondays ago, and she didn't start till the Tuesday.
Oh, that's right. It was her first week.
So she started that.
Ready to start.
Matthew's sophomore year of college is right around the corner. Sharon's mom is doing great. Lucy the dog is doing well. And there's all kinds of other stuff going on. So that's exciting. And I was just saying to Sharon earlier, I need to tell you guys something before we get into the cruise talk. If you have a child in your life, in your world, who's getting ready to get their first job, I am going to make a recommendation for you if I can. I'm going to say, point that kid in the direction of a movie theater, because Matthew works at the movie theater, and the free movie perk has been unbelievable, to say the least.
You're just thinking of yourself.
I am thinking exactly of myself, Sharon. You know, that's my favorite thing to talk about is me. As many people have pointed out on the videos, because I'm narcissistic, I think is a term that's been used, a nice adjective. So, but yeah, it's been great. And just a couple of days ago, or last week, Matthew and I went and saw Deadpool and Wolverine, and the price is always right. It's right here, 00. So, I'm just going to recommend that. We'll just leave it at that. So let's get into the cruise talk. How's everybody doing out there? Let me know. Do you have a cruise coming up, guys? Let me know in the chat right out of the gate. What's your next cruise coming up? What's the ship? What's the date? How long is it? And let's get everybody excited. So movie night for SAST group next Tuesday, said Kevin Brubaker. We can talk about it. We'll see. I don't know that Matthew can get more than us, the two of us in there, but we can all go together if you guys want, and we can make it happen. Let's see. Nancy said, oh my God, that is the movie I'd actually love to see in the theaters. It was a riot. It was a riot. And Sharon, did you love it? Oh, you didn't go. That's right. We don't bring Sharon. It's just a boys thing.
Jamie gets all the free movies with Matthew. It's kind of a their father-son thing they do. So
We've been doing a lot of father-son things lately.
And there
Father-son
hasn't been-
Firenze
yeah,
cruise,
no.
father-son.
there hasn't been any good comedy
LA
movies
trip.
out that I've wanted to see either. I always tell him, "Is there a good comedy coming out?" And he's like, no."
Well, you're usually like, is there anything with Jennifer Aniston playing soon?
No. I just like comedies.
Or Julia Roberts?
I just like funny movies that I can just go sit there and not think of anything and just laugh and there's just not that many of those anymore.
Oh, this movie was funny and gory and unbelievable. It was just hysterical. It was hysterical. Let's see what we got. Tracy Quesada says Alaska Quantum of the Seas 9-2. Firenze
Nice.
1019 for Debbie Range. Rob from Life with Faber, what is going on? Hope you and Faber are doing good. I know you're all recovered from Tropical Storm Debbie, and we hope everyone else is either recovered from or drying off from that amazing storm. That was crazy. So we hope you guys are doing good.
So
Working
they're
on the next cruise.
Yeah, working on the next one.
All right, Rob, listen, I'd like to just recommend
Always about working on the next one. When you get off, you have to have something else to go.
Sharon, do you have a cruise you'd recommend for Rob and Faber to go on from Life with Faber? Maybe anything off the top of your head? Maybe something that we might be doing that they should join us on or anything? Just throw it out there right now if you want.
I have a lot of cruises. I don't know.
Sharon?
I don't know.
Okay, let's start with New Year's Eve
yeah,
cruise on
New
the
Year's
NCL
Eve.
Joy out of the West Coast.
Yeah,
Come on, let's
we
do
have
that.
Yeah.
Roger Johnstone, Firenze 7-day, 46 days to go. I know that's a cruise that we really wanted to get involved in, and I don't know that it's happening because it's a special cruise for somebody in the
Yeah.
chat, as a matter of fact. August 26th, 4-day Radiance to Catalina and Ensenada for Daniel and Nancy Fields.
Yeah, that's right
Guys,
around
I
the
think
corner.
I read somewhere that the casino is undergoing renovation on that cruise, so the casino won't be working. That's such an upsetting thing. Did you hear that? No casino for Nancy and
Oh
Daniel?
my gosh.
Is that true?
They would have to cancel.
Oh, they would cancel that in a heartbeat. In a heartbeat. We just finished Bermuda. Thank you, Sharon, to Anita and Brian Ebert.
Yeah, I hope you had a great time. Yeah, you
That
guys
is
just got back.
fantastic. Here's something I haven't said in a while, guys. Cheers on a Monday night. I thought it was time maybe to have a drink with you guys. It had been a little while since I had done that. So next cruise, Carnival Firenze for Halloween for Sue O'Connor. That's going to be a good time.
Yeah.
Beauty and the Bum
Halloween
Travels,
cruise
Carnival
like
Magic, 27 days, going solo first time ever.
Yeah.
If any of you solo cruisers have something you can say for Larry from Beauty and the Bum Travels, just give him a tip in the chat, maybe something to make him feel good about how awesome it is when you go on a solo cruise, because I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
Larry can make some solo videos, solo tip videos.
Yes, this is when the channel explodes, buddy. I think that's what the deal is. Let's see. Deborah A said, with the price of groceries, I'm telling my son one of them needs a job with a supermarket chain. I don't know how the discounts work there, but if you're thinking about a 5-finger discount, that might be a good move.
I think they do get a discount, but
Do
yeah,
they?
that's a great idea these days. Yeah.
Heidi Leskin doesn't have a cruise until February 2026. Stupid medical, but I have a girls' trip to Buffalo in 5 days to see Hamilton. Okay, well, that
That'll be
sounds
fun.
like a good time. Pam Humperzumian's in the house. Again, my favorite last name. Pam, how are you guys doing? How is the entire Humpert Zumian clan doing? We hope you're doing great out there. Julie Amos, 75 days till my first side-by-side celebration, and then Freedom of the Seas.
Nice.
Ooh, that sounds
You'll
like a
have
good
fun.
time. Shayna Reed, what is going on? Shayna's got a cruise coming up as well, too. Mike the Itch Williams, 928 Mardi Gras. What's up, Mike? Carolyn Gale, 118 days till Odyssey of the Sea. Everyone's got some cruises coming up. Sharon, when's our next cruise?
October.
October?
October.
That seems like so far away. That's like 60 days away, I think.
Yeah, it is a little ways.
Kathy P said, I fangirled my way all through Deadpool versus Wolverine, and we'll be on the Radiance October 7th. Thanks, Sharon.
Oh, you
Nice.
are welcome.
Nice. Kathy P, is that?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I know you guys. I can't wait to see you guys on the Joy. That's going to be fantastic. Kevin Brubaker said we can just sit and laugh at Jamie's antics without a movie. You know what, Kevin? That's very nice of you to say. I appreciate you saying that. Because I am here with all of my antics for you, for your entertainment, my friend.
Oh, I see a question. Boris Limbick. Oh, where is your favorite place to sit for the rumor show? Sid Norman's bar.
She said it's her favorite. Also, that show.
Okay, her favorite also. Okay.
Where's your
Yeah.
favorite place to sit, Sharon?
Well, up front.
All right, so when you go into
A little bit to one side, but up front.
yeah, there's going to be like two there's two poles that are supporting the entire cruise ship right in the middle of Sid Norman's, and usually by each one there's like a little table with 3 or 4 chairs around it. That's always proven to be a great spot for us. And because tricky thing is getting a seat where no one's going to end up standing in front of you.
Yeah.
But I think, and that's the one that you go to, and you should see Sharon when we go for these seats. We get in the line early, and then when the doors open, Sharon is just throwing elbows.
I'm not
pushing
throwing
people out of the
elbows,
way.
but I do kind of zip in there first. I do leave you behind a little bit, and because you kind of have to maneuver your way in there and get up front and get a seat. Because
Yeah.
if you just kind of go with the whole herd of the cattle,
If you go
in
with the
there,
herd of the cattle.
like you'll never get a seat. So
Well, you remember the time when we were behind that person in the scooter, and when they weren't looking, you put on their emergency brake so that when the doors opened, we ran right past them.
oh my god,
You got to do what you got to do to get a good seat. I'm telling you guys right now.
I did jump over the sofa.
You jump over. That's a true story. That is a dang true story. John and Diamond are out here. What's going on? John and Diamond had their Alesund, Norway video out here recently. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Make sure you check those kids out. And when I say kids, I mean they're adults, but they're like kids. They're like kids to us, and we'll be seeing those guys in a on the same next cruise that we're going on.
Yeah,
They're going
that's
on.
right. They are on.
I know somebody else is going on that cruise too, but I don't know if it's public knowledge. So, keep it on the down low. Next cruise is the girls' cruise for my Sharina. Sharina, I don't even know if I'm saying that.
It will be here before you know it. It will be here.
Mr. Z prefers comedy, Sharon, so he's with you on that deal. He is with you on the comedies. All right, so listen, as a reminder, we appreciate you guys being here. If you have a question, anything about cruising that you want to know, about booking a cruise, about someone who's a travel agent who can book for you, like this person right here to my left, to your right, make sure you put it in the comments and write question ahead of time. And if we don't see it, it's just because there's a lot of comments. So please don't feel bad about repeating it. Put it out there for us, and we'll keep on looking for it. Royal Caribbean Alaska Cruise Tour in June 2025 for JoJo in Rancho. That's right around the corner, JoJo. I mean, okay, 295 days is a little bit, but it'll go fast. It'll come quickly for you. Kathy L's got 34 days till Symphony of the Seas.
That'll be fun.
Laura from Huddle Adventures. What's going on, Laura? Back to back on Celebration in October. That does sound fun. Wait,
we did that last November.
Did we? I was on the Celebration, right?
Yeah, it was.
That was our first
It
and
was.
only back to back.
Yeah. That's a great ship to do a back to back on.
It was cool.
Yeah, because the first week, we did a lot, but the second week we kind of, I think, relaxed a little more, and then so it's like we saw everything, did everything, and then.
Well, like the first week was a group cruise.
It was too.
So that was a little busy, and then we shut it down for the next week, and that was cool. Although the back-to-back process is weird. You hear from a lot of people different procedures that they go through.
That one was a little strange.
That was a little strange. Well, we were kind of expecting one thing. I've heard some people who literally don't even get off the ship. They just have their customs and their passports checked on the ship, and they stay on basically. And then I hear that a lot of people, well, I've heard that before, and then I've heard that people get walked off the ship, out through customs, and then back on again. And that seems to be the usual thing. I've heard some people say that there's champagne involved and quite a celebration. Speaking of celebration. But other times it's more of just they're trying to do it quickly and get you on, off, and then let you have at it again.
Because the ship was newer when we did it, and there were so many people doing back-to-backs. It was kind of just a little bit of a cluster mess, I think, the whole process.
Yeah. You're probably right. Christopher Rasmussen says, are cruises ever really cheaper if you book them on board? Great question for you.
Sometimes you'll get a tiny discount depending on the cruise line, but usually it's not a discount. It's usually just some additional onboard credit. But certain cruise lines, you can go home and book the same promotion and still get that same onboard credit after your cruise. Like on Carnival, you can do that with. The other cruise lines, a lot of them have their cruise next and next cruise on the others certificates, which kind of just cover your deposits. And like on Royal Caribbean, it gives you a reduced deposit, so you don't have to put that large sum out all at once to book it. So each cruise line is slightly different. So, there could be some benefits, but I wouldn't say, if you know what you want to book and you're ready to book it when you're on board, then, you know, if you're going to get any extra perks, go ahead and do it. But if you don't really know what you want to book, don't let them just talk you into anything to book something on board, because most likely you'll go home, you'll change your mind, end up canceling, and lose money.
There you go.
I've personally done that before. I booked things and come home and decided I wanted to do something else instead and had to cancel.
Now listen, what if someone wants to book their cruise through you, but they got a great deal offered to them on board and they want to book on board? Can they still attach you to it? Can you still be their travel agent of note for that deal or anything like that?
You can go ahead and book it on board and then just come home and transfer it, have it transferred to me. There is a time period, depending on the cruise line, of how long you have to transfer it. So it does have to be transferred fairly quickly. Some cruise lines are like 30 days. Some are 90 days, and Norwegian is now only 14 days. So,
oh, wow.
Yeah. So
really?
Yeah.
Norwegian tightening the reins, aren't they? Mm-hmm. All right. So, well, listen, that reminds me to just let you guys know that in the event that you need an amazing person to book a cruise for you, please don't forget to contact Sharon from sharonatsea travel. sharonatsea@gmail.com. That's right. It's at the bottom of your screen right now. Send an email to Sharon. Book that cruise with her. Do it today. Do it tomorrow. Email her. She'll get you right back. You don't have to fill out any quotes online and then keep your fingers crossed. You just email her. And it goes right to her. She sees it, and then she's the one that literally responds to you. So check out Sharon for all of your booking needs. Transfer a cruise, book a cruise, call, email, whatever you got to do. And that's my Sharon promotion moment for today's live stream. Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Hey, whoa, I almost made us disappear.
Wow.
That was a good one. Okay, how about that? That's what I wanted to do. All right, so let's see. What else? I'm just getting in the chat tonight and talking with people. I don't know that we have too much other stuff to go over. So, Christopher, I hope that answers your question. John V said, my next casino comp cruise is on Allure of the Seas 9/2 Labor Day. That sounds like it'll be a good time there. That's for sure. 200 days till the Coop Cruise for Scott McNeil. That Coop Cruise.
That's right around the corner.
We're still trying to work that out, aren't we? That whole Coop Cruise thing?
Yeah.
Will we have an announcement for us and the Coop Cruise at any time soon, Sharon? What do you think? School, all right, Callie's back in school.
In December?
December?
Well, that's when we'll know for sure.
Oh, my God. Diamond's birthday cruise, sunrise, September 2nd for John and Diamond. Oh, that'll be a great time, you guys. Nice. You'll have a lot of fun with that. Oh, Larry Thomas. Hello, Sharon, Jamie, SAST Cruise Crew. Elaine and I are glad we finally made it. Hope everyone had a great weekend. Let's keep cruising. Larry, thank you. Thank you for the super chat. And by the way, I did use the Let's Keep Cruising line in a post today when I replied to somebody in the Sharon at Sea Cruise Crew in Facebook. So I just want to let you know that your check will be in the mail for your royalties for taking that from me. So I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Big Bob's got 21 days till Mariner of the Seas. That sounds very cool. Wait, my Sharon said, what? Is that true? Hold on. What are you asking if it's true? For school supplies, or maybe to Jamie's Buffalo Trace Fund. Oh, well, thank you so much. You know what? That's not very fair. For school supplies or a whiskey fund. Sharon, where will you be directing that super chat?
Gosh.
I think it's going to be for school supplies.
Yeah, I could go to either.
Okay, thank you very much. Maybe we can split it. We'll go 50-50 down the line. And as a matter of fact, tonight you can put it into the Johnny Walker Black Label Scotch Fund. How's that sound? 112 days on the Firenze for Chaika. Very cool. Love the Iceland videos. Thank you, Jojo. We appreciate that. My sister was on your ship and got to see the places she visited. Thanks.
Oh.
See, that's always cool. I'll tell you what, that's one of the coolest things about getting all the video and making content and stuff like that, is being able to come home and really relive everything that you did. Yeah. You know, especially we do this 11-day cruise, and by the time you get home, you did so much, and you're like, wait, what do we do on day one?
I know. Sometimes we'll sit down and you have to think about it, because everything goes so quick. And when you're, especially on a cruise like that, when you have so many ports and they're long days, you know, by the end of the cruise, you forget some of the things you did at the beginning of the cruise. And it's nice going back through it and all the memories.
It is awesome. Oh, I see Leanne Francisconi. So both of the moderator teams here, the Hammer and the Nail. Ladies, thank you for always being here. We love you. So thank you for always supporting us. Sharon dropping the shoulder, said Brian from Howie Cruise. Wait, hold on. Did she drop the shoulder like into me, or did you give me a weird look or something like that?
Oh, I did.
I don't know. Maybe you did. I'm not sure. But
I'm leaning on you.
maybe that's what it is.
I don't know what that means.
Let's see. Oh, Gina's saying yes to Leanne. Leanne, the whole Franciscone team just moved down to Florida.
Oh yeah.
So if you see an uptick in the martini economy down there, you'll know exactly why. That'll be exactly why.
Gosh.
Oh my God, you guys are so awesome. Thank you so much. Who is that? Mary Barkley for supplies. Oh, 5 for supplies and $4.99 for you. Why do I get the short end of the stick, Mary? Why do I only get the $4.99?
Thank you, Mary.
This is so unfair. I can't believe it. Unbelievable. Mary, we're still working on the Sharon at Sea get together. I think Sharon was talking about we're probably looking at October.
Yeah.
Maybe early, mid-October, something like that.
Jamie mentioned September at the end, and I said, we can't do it then. Mary won't be here.
Oh, well, you're right about that. We have to do it after Mary. And then we can have a little post-birthday party for Mary.
Probably either before our cruise or right after our cruise.
That's right. Carla McClendon in the house. Carla is sending a personal invitation out to Leanne to come visit her in Cocoa Beach. That's super cool. But Carla, will you be putting her up at the hotel or at your place? Inquiring minds want to know. And Carla, can you put a lockdown on that Port Canaveral there? I heard they're getting in a little trouble. They're trying to spend a lot of money on cruising instead of the whole the whole space fund and all that kind of stuff. The ports, they've had their hands slapped by the local officials, if I'm not mistaken, because they're supposed to be abiding by some agreements, and they just want to keep building up the cruise part instead of stuff to accommodate the space program. So, Carla, you got to talk to somebody down there. Set them straight a little bit with you. A question. I would love it if Sharon would do some personal item bag recommendations on her next video. Okay. That's very easy to do, as a matter of fact.
I have a lot of bags. Some I like and some I don't like.
Yes.
So much.
So I might call me a little extra
I'll
bag.
keep that in mind.
Misty Gray's got NCL on the getaway out of New Orleans, April 13th. That's kind of cool. I'm going to try to catch up on the chat a little bit here. Question. Do any cruise lines give discounts on back-to-back from Kathy Curry? That's a great question.
Not really, just because it's a back-to-back. Not for that reason.
Do you recommend the NCL Thermal Spa? D. Cody's got a question there.
I've heard great things. I went into one.
Did we do one earlier? We did one on the Prima or something like that, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think
it was the
Prima.
Prima.
No, the Encore.
Okay, maybe that's what it was.
That was quite a while ago. It was the Encore. But yeah, I would recommend them. I know a lot of people that book it and love it on NCL.
Great question. Anita and Brian Ebert said, we're doing a back-to-back on the Joy at Christmas and then the group cruise with you guys for New Year's. What's a good land excursion company that you recommend on the Mexican Riviera cruise?
So for a particular port or
just any place in general? We've done a few things in the Mexican Riviera more on our own than necessarily using a specific company.
There's a company that we rode the side-by-side.
Oh, in Puerto Vallarta, we did a side-by-side.
That was a good tour.
You don't remember the name, though. That was a while ago.
I can look it up. I don't.
Well, we always recommend Shore Excursions Group, which is an outside company you can go to. The link's in the bottom of this video. Like after this video is done, this live stream, the link will be in the description box in the video. And you can go there, and they'll have some stuff available. They don't have as much stuff on the West Coast as they do for the Caribbean, so that's a little bit of a downside there. But they will have some things that you can do. But I mean, depending on what you want to do, one great thing to do in Cabo is find anything that'll take you up to San Jose del Cabo.
Yeah. We used to have a tour guide that we've taken tours with before that did that for us and took us out that way. And there was this one little restaurant out there, and I could probably find the name of it, but the best Mexican food I've ever had. It was so good.
Are you sure? That was a long time ago. Was it the best?
Only downside to that place, the food was so good, but they didn't serve alcohol at all. Remember? they came
I
around
remember.
and they were giving everyone like some kind of punch.
They were giving
or
us
something.
horchata and punch and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
but the food, but it's
I was
worth
ready to punch
going
somebody.
just for the food, you know, and then go have some drinks somewhere
Well,
later. But,
San Jose del Cabo is it's about a 20-minute ride.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's northwest or whatever the case is, but it's a little bit outside the city. So Cabo San Lucas itself, it's so commercialized and so westernized, you know, and it costs so much. But if you get out of town and you go down to San Jose del Cabo, it really gives you that whole old Mexico vibe.
yeah,
Food, drinks, shopping, stuff like that you can do.
you can just
and a
kind
lot
of
of tours
walk
are doing
around,
that.
and there's not a lot of people there. It's just kind of quiet, and it's real enjoyable.
Yes.
But
And
there are other tour companies that go there, tours that go out that way.
Mhm. So there you go. So no particular excursion company to recommend, but I know you guys can contact Sharon, shoot her an email or something, and we can dig up any information from some old videos or something we have on file to point you in the right direction.
we do-
And if you want to go fishing, look at Lands and Charters. Lands and Charters
in
and
Cabo.
In Cabo and
And the salsa and
They've
salsa is
been
always
awesome.
good in Mazatlan. They do that in
there you go.
Mazatlan. They also do it in Cabo, and they do it in Cozumel too if you're cruising on the other side. But
Crazy Cat Travis said, I booked Celebrity while on Royal Caribbean Navigator. Instead of paying $450 deposit, it was only $100. Now trying to get Royal to transfer to Sharon.
oh.
Well, that's very sweet of you, Crazy Cat Traveler. Thank
Yeah,
you.
and that's one thing is a lot of times it's the deposit that's less on a lot of things, more so than the price the deposit, which is nice, especially if it's a non-refundable deposit. That way, if you cancel, you know, at least you're not out.
I think this question is geared towards you from someone named Timothy Walters. I'll be 60 in 2026. Does anyone know someone who can arrange a group cruise for that milestone?
Oh,
I
wow.
think we might know somebody.
We could do that. We are planning a big group cruise. Not a big group cruise. We're planning a group cruise.
How do you feel about Europe?
in 2026. I won't say big. I'll say more like another bucket list type.
Yes.
But
I think that'd be very cool. Yeah. Stephen Hall has a comment here for you.
Hey,
It's
Stephen
just-
Hall.
Sharon!
I always see those comments.
Yes, Steve, we always appreciate it. He makes comments on a lot of videos, but he just yells Sharon in the same way that Ozzy Osbourne would call his beloved wife. So we always appreciate that. We always appreciate that. 16 Days, Mariner of the Seas for Will G. That sounds like a good time. Let's see. Ads are crazy tonight, said James. Jamie, I did not. I set ads on the normal setting. Nothing different. Nothing unique. That's out of my. It's out of my hands. It's out of my hands. Some people are saying some nice things about you. Sharon's very reliable and responsible travel agent. She'll take care of you, said Nancy. Vonnegut Vacations agrees. She's crazy quick. Sharon, can you take over my Royal Caribbean cruise I booked, said Debbie Range. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shoot an email, Debbie. Let's make it happen.
It's just a Royal.
Sorry, I should not be
form.
answering for you. I apologize.
Yeah, it's just a form to fill out with Royal.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have 6 future cruises with Sharon. She's amazing. Oh, Julie Amos. Thank you so much.
Thank
Yeah, I
you,
know. I
Julie.
turned off the lights there, didn't I? It went a little bit black there, Nancy.
Oh.
Wendy Johnson says, I feel like we may have booked through Sharon once or twice. Question, does NTL still not give refunds if you miss a port and get your port fees and taxes back, or did they go back to the refunds? They will do whatever they feel like doing at the time, I believe, Heidi, unfortunately.
I can't answer that for every particular cruise because Norwegians has their own way of doing things when it comes to that.
Yes.
And sometimes you can get those back if you request them right after you miss the port, but if you wait till the end of the cruise, then they won't give them back to you. So it's you just never know with Norwegian.
They're a little bit tricky. I have a feel, and I may not be right, but my gut feeling is that if it's something that's totally Norwegian's fault or controllable from Norwegian, they might do it for you. But if it's anything that they can get away with it, they're not going to do it. They don't have to do it. It's in writing that they don't have to do it in their cruise contract, so they abide by that. Even though it should be a lot nicer if they did it, but hey, that's their business, and I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, all the cruise lines will have their little quirks
Chad Campbell got a question. How far was the ship docked from town in Amsterdam?
Oh, that was the Amsterdam. It wasn't.
15-minute walk,
Yeah,
tops.
yeah,
Tops from
too
Old Town
far.
Amsterdam. Because you're right in Amsterdam. Funny story, I did see on some cruise news where Jewel of the Seas, Royal Caribbean, is just ending its summertime Europe cruises. And on one of their last cruises, there's some protests going on against cruising, and the locks, like they couldn't go through the lock. When you go into Amsterdam, you come out of the sea and you go down a kind of a river or waterway, and you have to go through a lock on your way to Amsterdam and on your way out again. And there were some protesters at the lock, and it wasn't safe for the cruise ship to go through there. So Jewel of the Seas actually had to port somewhere else, and they still had everyone check in at the same place in Amsterdam, but then they had to bus everyone to get on the cruise.
Yeah.
So they had to let everyone off at the wrong place, and then they also had to get everyone on at the wrong place and the bus them over. A very weird situation there. But yeah, super close to Amsterdam, right there in town. It's a 15-minute walk down to the bus station, or the train bus station as well. The main station there in Amsterdam too, to get around. So
Yeah. You
very
can
convenient.
Walk around there.
Very, very convenient. Let's see. JW, yes, Jamie's Whiskey Fund. That sounds something great. Maybe we can get a GoFundMe for that or something like that. That's a great idea, Kevin Brubaker. I love it. Matt Bird says hello to you and to the guy sitting next to you.
Hi, Matt.
Thank you, Matt. That's very thoughtful of you. We just transferred our booking to Sharon. We are so impressed with her communication, said Richard Fortner.
Thank you, Richard.
That's very nice of you. I think communication is probably one of the biggest things in this business, to be able to have someone you can contact and get a pretty quick answer from. I mean, I know before you were doing this, when we were just booking our cruises back in the day, that was a big thing for us.
Yeah.
You know, because when the moment strikes,
Yeah.
you're ready to go.
Yeah. Well,
You're like chop.
Yeah, that's what I liked, is because I always wanted that control of my booking, because when I wanted to do something, I wanted to do it now. I didn't want to wait till the next day or wait till whenever. So I try to stay on top of things for people. I mean, sometimes it's hard, but I try to anything that is kind of time sensitive that, you need an answer for, or if there's a price drop or anything like that, I try to on it.
Oh, okay. Dropping the shoulder, I think, was about you dropping your shoulder as you get into the show. You're throwing shoulders, you're throwing elbows, you're dropping shoulders. Remember that comment earlier? I think I'm trying to keep up with the chat. I'm just trying to keep up. Request looking forward to an SASC group cruise out of Galveston someday. Said Curtis Polk.
Well, you know what? That is the port that would love to cruise out of next. That's kind of on my list. We haven't cruised out of Galveston in a while, so that could be a possibility.
I mean, we did listen. I'm not sure if Galveston wants us back. And Nancy, you know what I'm talking about. I think it was Nautical Nurse Nancy's fault, by the way, just to blame it on somebody. But
I don't know.
We had a group cruise
with
with John from the ship show, and that was out of Galveston, and we partied. We turned the Tremont house upside down and inside out.
Yeah.
We got kicked out of the rooftop bar. We almost got kicked out of the hotel.
You didn't even bring the ghosts up.
There were no ghosts. There might have been a ghost. I remember a light was flickering in our room.
Yeah, that's the only thing. We did have a flickering light.
Yes, we had, and then the party moved into someone's hotel room, and security was called. And it was, man, I'll tell you what. There's a lot of group cruises you can go on. If you like to party a little bit, you may want to stick around. Listen, if you like to party a little bit, here's what you want to do. What you want to do is you want to get on one of these things. You either need to join us and our friends, Brian and Julie from How We Cruise, with the Family and Friend Fun for All Ages cruise. It's fun for all ages, but it's going to be a good time and we're going to party. Or maybe you want to join Sharon and Nautical Nurse Nancy for the girls group cruise number 2.
That's going to be a good time.
I'm calling it the Girls Just Want to Have More Fun group cruise. That'll be hot fire. Or maybe you're tired of these big new ships. You're tired of the Icon and Utopias or the Jubilees and the Celebrations. You want to go old school. This is the old school group cruise, Carnival Elation group cruise. It's going to be amazing. April 28th, 2025. Or maybe you want to bring in the new year with us and a lot of other cool people. 4th annual New Year's Eve group cruise, the Norwegian Joy, December 29. 4 port stops. That's going to be great. Puerto Vallarta, Mazatlan, Cabo, and Ensenada. watch out for the street taco trucks. I'm just saying. Or maybe the next New Year's Eve, you want to go on the Norwegian Aqua with us, December 28, 2025, 7 days out of Miami. So if any one of those, if all of those, if some of those piqued your interest, then, contact Sharon and join us, because they're going to be a lot of fun, and we're going to throw down and have a great time. That I can guarantee you. Let's see. Let me jump ahead a little bit. I'm falling a little behind.
Oh, but I don't know if she was here when we answered any update on the meetup. I don't know if she was here when we answered.
Yeah, we every time we think of something and then we research it and then we have a reason not to do it. Somebody's not around. Somebody's on a cruise. We have a cruise. Something's going on in town. It's going to be 100 degrees. I mean, there's a million reasons not to do it.
Sometime in October, we're thinking now.
There you go.
It'll be cooled off enough if we happen to be outside in Arizona here, and I think some of the, I don't know.
Yes.
I think some of the people that live here are around. I don't know.
Christopher Rasmussen said, "How do you get started as an independent travel agent for cruises?"
Oh, that's a long answer.
That's a lot.
Basically, if you're looking to do it, a lot of research to find a right host agency. That if you want to send me an email, I can send you a lot more information, but there's really a lot.
Yeah, shoot an email at sharonatsea@gmail.com, and Sharon can give you a little. Yeah,
I've had a lot of people reach out.
You've been doing
to
it
me
since
with that question.
2017, 2016,
like 8 years,
something like that.
Yeah.
Yes, and it takes a while, and there's a lot of people who do it just because they're hoping to get a couple of dollars off their cruise, which may or may not be beneficial. And you can go online and see groups and things like that where someone says, "Can anyone recommend a travel agent?" And there's 40 people that go, "Yeah, I can help you book. I can help you book." It's tough. You have to earn people's confidence, their respect. You have to go out and market. You need to have some kind of a network. It took Sharon years to build her business to the size that it is. I mean, Sharon survived the pandemic. If that doesn't tell you what kind of person she is, I don't know how else to describe it to you. Getting through the pandemic and maintaining your home-based travel agent business is a mighty, mighty feat, and she was able to do that. Luckily, because she's awesome. So it's a challenge, man. I'm not trying to deter you from it. But if you want to do it as your main business,
yeah. But a lot of people,
you really have to have a network and a base of customers.
A lot of people like to do it kind of on the side as well. But yes, send me an email. I have a kind of some information typed up. I've sent it to several other people, and it's just kind of almost like a little outline of how you go about it and things. I've had other people reach out to me about that.
Listen, Kevin Brubaker, I've told you once, I've told you 1,000 times. Those are not Asmus pods; they're Azapods. Those are two different things on the Vista class. I did not invent those. I'm not responsible for the failing Azapods. It's Asmus, not Aza. He's always blaming me for the condition of the cruise ships. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. He says, "Why are Jamie's pods on the Vista failing again?" Y'all have some recommendations on must-dos in Galveston. Tanisha Daly, what's going on? Yeah, Sharon, what do you like to do in Galveston?
Well, we usually stay down by the port if we can, and there is a museum down there. There's lots of restaurants. What's that one we went to?
Oh my God, the Shark Place. What was the name of that place?
The Shack.
Oh my God, all right.
Shack?
There are
Willie
some great
G's.
seafood restaurants
Willie
right by the
G's.
cruise port. Willie G's is
Yeah.
our personal favorite.
I was
We
trying to
love
think
it.
about too, the Shark. No.
Not the Shark Shack.
Um,
Something to do with sharks, I forget. But if you search Galveston restaurants,
Yeah.
sharks, the name will come up somewhere.
Someone-
And that place was fabulous.
Someone that lives in Texas.
We did a
probably
vlog. It's in one of
knows that
our
one,
one of our Galveston cruise vlogs. One of the
Yeah.
last cruises out of there.
Yeah.
But yeah, Willie G's was great. There's some other seafood places, and then on the other side of the island, which is only 2 miles away, is the seawall area.
Mm-hmm.
Right they have the pier there. They have like an amusement park on the pier, and there are a bunch of restaurants there where you can just sit outside, have seafood, cocktails, and
Yeah.
really just have a great time there. So
Yeah,
those are
there's
some
lots-
cool
lots
things for
to do.
eats and drinks and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
And
That's
just
for sure.
if you're gonna go down there and want to hang out, I guess in the evening, just I guess plan maybe a little bit your cruise around that too. I mean, there are certain times of year that you probably don't want to be out there, when it's like in the middle of summer when it's really humid.
Well, I know how you love humidity.
No,
you love the heat, but you hate the humidity.
I know. I do fine in the heat here in Arizona, but if you put me in like 80 degrees and a high humidity like in on the East Coast or something, I mean, I will die.
Tanisha, if you go just do search Galveston on our YouTube channel, and you can see we have a cruise port guide. It's one of those things that don't go to Galveston until you watch this video first. It's one of those tricky title things, so look for that. Kelly Vernalo, what's going on? Hope you and Chris are doing great. Love Cabo. Yes, when you go out of town, the food is so good. It's all homegrown, baby. Homegrown. Is it the food, or is it really the añejo that you guys are after? Tell me the truth, Kelly. Tell me the truth. Debbie Raines is keeping 2026 open for that group cruise. And there's a lot of people that are going to want to go on that. Sharon and I were talking about this, and I don't know if we're going to make a video about it, but we were talking about how so many people look at cruising out of Europe as it's such a far out reach. It's such a bucket cruise to go out of Europe. It's such a big deal. And after doing it twice now, I mean, it's
still
not that big a deal.
Well, it's still a big deal. I mean, I think one reason why it's a big deal is because it's a lot of times it's, they're places that people haven't been, or it's something different. And some people think, oh, it's such a long flight, and it can be a long flight for some people, but depending on where you leave from, sometimes the flight's not too much longer than if you were just flying from the East Coast to the West Coast. So, but it's, it is expensive. It can be more expensive than other cruises, but mainly because of all the excursions and the ports and if you do a pre-cruise stay, like for instance, a pre-cruise stay in London. I mean, if you want to stay in the heart of London, the hotels are pricey, very pricey.
Yeah.
I mean, I think for our hotel, we stayed 2 nights in London, and then we went down to the other hotel. So, for instance, in London for 2 nights at the hotel, we paid don't quote me on it exactly. It was around $1,000 for 2 nights. And then, but then when we went down to Southampton, that hotel was only like $150 or something. It was
the Holiday Inn Express. Southampton, or when we cruised out of Dover, we stayed in a town pretty close to that called Folkestone, and that was pretty inexpensive too.
that was different. But if you want to be in London, so that's the thing is you're doing a pre-cruise stay right in the heart of the city. It can be pricey.
There you go. But it's I told Sharon, for us, hey, we live in Arizona, so when any cruise out of Florida, we're doing a 4-hour flight, and usually we're stopping somewhere. There's a stopover, layover, so that gives us a full day of travel one way or the other anyway. So whenever we fly to Europe, we fly to the East Coast and spend the night, and then we get up and we have a 7-hour flight. So instead of 4 or 5 hours, okay, it's 7 hours, but boom, then we're in London, and it's easy to get around. Everyone speaks English, and even all the other ports you go to, everyone's speaking English.
Yeah.
So it's not too challenging, and it's gorgeous, and the history is insane, and you realize how young our country is and how old these other countries are. They're amazing.
We'll see.
So do it.
Yeah, I'm not sure what port we'll actually be leaving out of when we plan this cruise, but there's a good chance that might be Rome. But
there you go.
We'll see.
All right, I jumped ahead a little bit. I'm seeing Sugar. What's going on? Sugar's out there. Tess Almond in the house. Hello. Nice to see you guys. Sugar's been busy unpacking and laundry. Any new news from group cruise with you guys that I haven't booked yet? Sugar, I don't know. I mean, you've been on a couple, but
no new cruise. We were just talking about how we're probably going to be announcing one for summer of 2026 in Europe in the next maybe 3 weeks maybe. I'm waiting for a couple more cruises to come out, and I heard they're going to be coming out mid-August, so I'm hoping within the next couple weeks they'll come out, and
I can't
and
wait. That'll be great.
That'll
be great. Have any more cruise lines dropped Europe itineraries? Waiting for SASC Europe cruise announcement with bated breath for Crazy Cat Traveler.
No, they
I don't know. They might
They
be changing
haven't.
some spots depending on what's going on in different parts of the world.
yeah. I know Norwegian, Royal, and Carnival have not put their Europe 2026.
But can we do
summer-
Japan? I want to do
summer, I
Japan.
think.
Rhonda Carney, what's going on, girl? Nice to see you out there.
Japan. That's
Just throw Japan out there.
well that
We almost cruised Japan for New Year's, I think.
that was a few years back.
Susie
That was,
Cooper-
the pandemic was going on.
Susie Cooper said, I watched your Secret Harbor blog. I definitely want to check it out when we go to St. Thomas.
Oh, that's our favorite
awesome.
place. That's
We
our
really
favorite
like that
beach
place.
in St. Thomas.
Yes. It's not a huge, wide open, gorgeous beach, but the water, the area, the privacy, it's just
Yeah,
awesome.
it's nice. Yeah, the only thing that compares to that might be better or is when we've gone over to St. John, Trunk Bay Beach, and that's probably better if you're going to do some snorkeling. But
Yes.
like our Secret Harbor.
Have a great night, Curtis. We appreciate it. Susie Cooper said the Strand in Galveston. Yeah, the Strand. That's a great area, a great street with shops and a lot of fun stuff going on. Bars, restaurants all over the joint there. Tanisha's doing the seawall in November. Hold on, one person. Curtis Polk said Gatos, a restaurant on the sea. I've heard Gatos restaurants is great, but we stayed at Gatos Hotel one night.
I'll never stay there again.
We will never stay there again. I'm just saying. It is.
The restaurant, we walked through the restaurant and we heard the food was really good and it
Yes.
smelled good in there.
It was packed.
And
so we
it
didn't-
was packed.
we didn't
So
eat there.
probably the food was probably good.
Yeah.
The hotel there itself, it was kind of a weird situation how we got talked into staying there, and then we showed up and we ended up staying there, but it wasn't a good stay.
It was.
Um,
It was just rough.
Yeah.
It was rough around the edges from the word go. It
was just dirty. It was dirty. I mean,
yes.
hey, it was
It made Motel 6
dirty
look like the Four Seasons.
and
I
moldy,
think is the best way I can put it.
and it was just not a good.
I remember that the one thing I remember is that Matthew was very little, and we
Yeah.
got in there and he kicked off his sneakers and he was running around the room.
Yeah,
Right, we're bringing in
this
our
was
luggage.
several years ago.
We're putting, he was a little fellow then, and
maybe they've redone the
we're
carpets.
putting our stuff up and all this kind of stuff and getting ready, and then Matthew hops up on the bed and I look over and the bottom of his socks are black.
I mean, they were
black.
I know that
And this is
hotels
after
are
not
dirty a
barely
little bit, but
10 minutes of running around the room in his socks, and I was like, "Oh my god,
no, they were.
this floor is."
It wasn't
disgusting."
like your normal just dirty socks from walking on dirty floor.
Yes.
These were it. Yeah, never seen anything like it.
Yes.
But a lot of people, I've heard a lot of people stay there. And they say they like it.
No,
But
it's huge.
But
People love that
it's-
place.
it's
It was not our jam.
Just,
Yes,
yeah.
the pool didn't look particularly inviting, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Curtis.
But-
I think Curtis said he was heading to bed. Oh
yeah.
no, maybe that's somebody else. I'm not
But
sure.
I have heard that the food is really good.
Yes. Shana said we had 90% humidity in the past week or so, 50% today, and feels so much better.
Oh,
Yeah, we're just
yeah.
now starting to break our hot spell. I went to hold on. I didn't show you guys
it's
anything.
in the low hundreds now.
Listen, this weekend I had a lot of fun. I got to go. Matthew and I traveled to Los Angeles. We did a road trip to go to the Chargers' first preseason game. So I'll just give you a little taste of that just for fun. There's Matthew and I with SoFi Stadium behind us. We bought parking passes in the pink area where you can tailgate. So we tailgated a little bit there. Me enjoying a beer, Matthew enjoying a Pepsi right there. We had a great little afternoon. It was lovely. We had a lot of fun. There's the two of us in front of Rivers Lake at SoFi Stadium. So that was super cool. This is Sharon's she loves this photo, and I'm gonna tell you why. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit, guys.
You have
all
your purse.
Notice what I'm holding over my shoulder there. Hold on, let me see. All right, this is the clear bag. All right, over my shoulder. You have to have a clear bag to carry anything in there. So Sharon is seeing pictures of me with this bag, and she is hysterical, laughing at me because she says I'm carrying a purse me.
Well, because
Like I have binoculars and some stuff like that.
I know, but
Unbelievable, Sharon, that you would do that to
I
me.
know you have to take a clear bag, but usually you'll see women with the clear bags, or you'll see men with like the fanny pack or something like that.
I
or
don't
just-
see men with anything.
Or just a sling,
I don't know what you're talking about.
or a
there.
little sling bag or something like that. But it was just funny because you bought that just recently on Amazon.
12 by 12 by 6.
And when it came, and I looked at that, and I was like, oh my god, you're going to carry that. And
I
so I
carried
was just
that.
making fun of you.
I carried that bag
because it
proudly.
looked like a purse.
And I loved it. And it was the best
And-
$8 I've ever spent,
But
Sharon.
what's funny is that's Matthew. He was going to carry it. He's like, no, I'm not carrying that.
He held it when I got tired of carrying it. So there we go. So we got in there and just had a great time. It was fabulous. And it's so funny to look at Matthew with his little beatnik beard and his little mustache thing going on there. What happened to that little kid that used to go cruising with us? I don't know. But yeah, so that was an awesome time. And wait till you see what I'm doing this Friday night.
Oh, yeah. You got another.
Last weekend, it
Hot
was me
day.
and Matthew. Friday night, Callie and I have plans.
Yeah.
And let me just say, if you know, you know. But Callie and I are going to be spending the night at Loserville, baby. And if you think you know what that means, let me know in the chat. But Callie and I are going to be at Loserville for 6 hours, and it's going to be unbelievable. I don't know if any of you guys will know what I mean, but hey.
Linda.
What's that?
Shark Shack. That's
Oh,
what it is.
Shark Shack. Thank you,
I
Linda.
thought that's why I told you Shark Shack.
Maybe
Yeah,
it was.
That didn't sound right.
Baby Shark.
Yeah, the food, we enjoyed the food there too.
Let's see. Beverly Juka, what's up? Penny Quick said, hey guys, just got off Utopia on Friday. Utopia Seas. It was a fantastic cruise. Seeing friends of Florida was wonderful. We, however, want to skip the hard humidity here. Your Norway cruise was amazing. Thank you, Penny.
Thank you.
It was great. It was great, and it's kind of sad to see it go now. That's for sure. Jamie's saying not a big deal. That's because Sharon does the majority of the research. Just my view. Not saying Jamie doesn't do research for research, but Sharon does the hardcore stuff. That's right. Sharon does all the hard work. I just sit around. You know what I do? I just sit around sipping scotch. That's my job. I've said it before, and I've said it again, Heidi. I am the eye candy of the channel. Kevin Brubaker, I see your comment. I'll give you credit. He says, I know a guy named Ben out of Dover. No, I think his last name is Dover. Isn't it Ben Dover? Oh, my God. Come on. I can't believe I read that. That is amazing. We ended up doing a casual place on the seawall, but we were doing an early night, said Trina. Listen, the seawall is a great time. Yeah, I bet you Rob and Faber know some hot spots in Galveston, too, as a matter of fact. Rob's just here to see if we're going to talk about pizza. I don't have any pizza content tonight for you. John B said, I'm so excited that you have a New Year's Eve cruise out of Miami 2025 so I can drive to the port. See, now I'm jealous. But since you're local, we might need a place to stay. So we're going to get in touch with you.
I know that'll be our first time flying on New Year's Eve. So
Nancy said she wants to do Japan.
I'm kind of nervous about that because we have to be there. So
we do have to be there.
So I don't
we
know.
got to leave a day or two early, that's all.
We might have to fly in a couple days early just to
Listen,
make sure we make
Sharon, we'll just fly American. What can go wrong? What could go wrong? JJ702 will be at the Chargers Ravens game. Go Bolts. Yeah, baby. Listen, we are going to be going to the Chargers at Cardinals game coming up here in October. And then I'm going to go see the Chargers at home again, back at SoFi for the Bengals. I think they're going to whoop the Bengals, but we have some friends that are Bengals fans, but you don't tell them I said that. And if they're here, then tough noogies. I have a question about Norwegian Aqua. Is it true that there are unlimited amounts of bottles of wine that you can bring on board per cabin, said Stephanie Davey?
I have not. Unlimited bottles of wine.
I don't think that's true.
I think it's just the standard bottle per person.
There wouldn't be anything unique about the Aqua.
I wouldn't, to be honest, I would not want to bring unlimited bottles of wine on any Norwegian ship because they charge you the corkage fee when you get on board. They don't wait until you go to the dining room and open it up and charge you. They charge you when you bring them on the ship.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I think it's still $15 a bottle. So, I mean, I don't know. That's personally, I would not be bringing a bunch of bottles because I wouldn't want to pay that many corkage fees, especially if you have the drink package already with the free at sea.
Yeah.
That's one time I don't bring any wine. If I have a drink package or have the free at sea on Norwegian, I don't bother bringing any wine on board because I just don't want to carry it.
Good call. And then usually it'll just get left behind and they'll have to give it to the cabin steward. Yeah, Stephanie, I don't think there's anything unique about Aqua that would do that. Now, I will say that if the cruise is leaving out of or traveling to European ports, they do have allowances where you can bring alcohol back on the ship in many European ports and just bring it back on with you. You don't have to check it. You can literally like get on board with 2 bottles of local booze and bring them right back to your cabin and consume them in your cabin because they have different rules and things like that for
last
Europe.
summer people did that on our cruise. That
I don't know why we didn't do that on this past cruise. Well, because we had the drink package, so it's not really necessary. Not a factor. Jan Rule says, I did a road trip to 127 yard sale, ended up in Kentucky, 95% humidity, made temps feel over 100. Went to my first Buc-ee's. They did a road trip 127 miles and ended up in Kentucky. Oh my God, that's crazy.
Oh wow.
Speaking of Buc-ee's, when's that Buc-ee's opening by us?
I don't know.
They're dragging their
They
feet.
keep saying they're going to break ground, but they haven't yet. So
Yeah, all they're doing is breaking wind.
I think it'll go up pretty quick once they do.
That's right. The Bubba's 33 will be up before that. I'll tell you that right now. Did you put that bag in the Amazon store? I need it, said Heidi Lessman. Yes, good. Yes. See that?
Okay.
Thank you, Heidi. Thank you very
Heidi,
much.
Look for it tomorrow.
I appreciate that. I appreciate
It'll
that.
be there tomorrow. I'll post the link in the cruise crew too, just in case you can't find it.
Kathy Sofrin said, Baltic in 24 days. Jamie Wilhead, are you busting my chops or is this a genuine question? The Chargers did not do well in that preseason game, but it was still an amazing, amazing time, and we had a blast watching the game.
I know I didn't watch. Well, I didn't know if it was even on, but I looked up the score on my phone, and towards the end, and I saw the score, and I was like, oh. I'm glad I'm not there. There's going to be some grumpy boys, but you guys were okay. You did okay.
Yes.
You weren't neither one was really upset.
Ken Rubiger has an answer, and I'm going to answer for you, or he's got a question for you. I'm going to answer for you. The answer is going to be yes. The question is, Sharon, can Jamie go on a cruise with me out of Brisbane to Seattle? It's 29 days, but it stops in Japan.
It stops in Japan.
The content would be amazing. So the answer is going to be yes. Give me the details, and we'll make that happen right away. Jamie and Sharon, are you going to be wearing formal wear for the Norwegian Aqua Cruise in 2025? No.
What do you mean formal wear? For New
the
Year's
Norwegian.
Eve?
No, for the cruise. I mean, they don't have a formal night on Norwegian.
No, but I wonder if she means on New Year's Eve.
I'm not
So no,
New Year's
they
Eve.
don't have a formal night. They don't have any formal nights on Norwegian. But I don't know this for sure. I'll know once we go on Norwegian this New Year's Eve. But I think that people will probably dress up somewhat on New Year's Eve just for the whole nighttime party, celebration. So we will be dressing up for that.
There you go.
Yeah, but not anything special for Dick.
See, Debbie said so many ads tonight. Are they political? I wouldn't be surprised if there's a lot of political ads going on this time of year.
Yeah.
But we don't control the setting is exactly the same today as it's always been. So if they're showing more, that's just them showing more. And that's all I can tell you. Debbie Range has 2 tickets for the Arizona versus Chargers game. If anyone is looking for tickets to the game here, it's a Monday Night Football game. I think it's like October 21, maybe. Monday Night Football, Chargers at Cardinals. Debbie Range. You can find Debbie in the sharonatsea Cruise Crew.
Or November?
It's in October.
Oh, okay.
And she has 2 tickets they're trying to get rid of because the poor things, they have a cruise. So they can't go, and they're season ticket holders. So you can find Debbie, send her a message, and let her know that you're interested in the tickets, and she can get you taken care of. And for that communication I just put out there, I'm going to need about a 25% vig, I think they call it. I think it's called a vig. What do you think of NCL Prima? Said Teresa. Teresa, let me say your last name right. Rapkowitz. Teresa, let me know, please. Did I say that right? Rapkowitz.
Yeah. We have the Prima's not our favorite Norwegian class of ships, but we like the Prima, and we've had was our 3rd time on the Prima, and we've had great cruises each time. The only issue we have with the Prima is the cabins just don't accommodate families well. The storage is a little lacking, and I don't like that they don't have the pull-down beds in the rooms for when you have a 4th guest in the room.
3rd or
4th. But because they just have the sofa, which makes into a bed, makes into a double bed, and then the other regular bed. So if it's just the 2 of us, it's great. But when we bring the kids, it's like the one time when all 4 of us went. Jamie and I ended up sleeping on the sofa bed and let the kids make the other beds into twin beds, and they slept in those because they weren't going to sleep together.
It's a tight fit for 3 or 4 people. It's very tight.
So yeah. So, but if it's just a couple or 2 people, it's great.
So there you go. And other stuff on the Prima. One thing I don't want to give anything away, but the Prima, we decided that the Prima is not great for a cold weather cruise. The Prima is definitely better for a warmer climate cruise because it has so many outdoor areas that you can hang out in and spend time in. And when you can't be outdoors on the Prima, everyone's pushed inside, and inside doesn't accommodate everyone that well.
So the observation lounge gets packed. People just kind of sit in there all day long and don't move.
Yes.
All the little areas indoors are just kind of packed.
Yeah.
Inside.
I mean, they'll have some pretty good shows on there. The bars are going to be fabulous. We love the Metropolitan Bar. The Whiskey Bar is super cool as well. Some other places. The food has always been great. The buffet's small, but always very good for us. The specialty dining restaurants are awesome. Some of our favorites. Yeah. And
speaking of the Prima, actually, next month they're going to have a different show. They're going to be showing it's kind of like a more Cuban Latin, I guess, show. Bossa Nova Beat, I guess it's going to take over for the Donna Summer show. So Donna Summer will not be on the Prima, and they'll have this show instead. I know it's during all of September. I don't know if they're going to continue it or not, if they're just trying it out. I'm not really sure. But I
think Donna Summer had some mixed reviews.
Yeah, and so. It was a good show, and the first time we saw it, it was great. But it was one of those shows where, like, for us, anyways, I think once we saw it, we're like, okay, we've seen it. Yeah. We don't want to see it again.
They had it on this last cruise, but we didn't go see it. Let's see. Question from Ross F. Can Sharon help with pre- and post-cruise itineraries as well as the cruise itself? Love to explore new places before and after, but have been planning them myself. It's very painful.
Yeah. Just.
Well, yeah. I mean, if Sharon's booking your cruise, and then you're like, "Hey, I want to do something before and after," she can definitely get you hooked up. With excursion companies.
Like if you're talking about excursions or places to stay or whatever. Yeah.
If Ross wants to contact you, Sharon, to inquire about that, what's the best way to reach you?
By email.
And what would that email be?
sharonatsea@gmail.com. Have it right there.
Does it look like that right there? sharonatsea@gmail.com?
Yeah.
All right, Ross. We'll be looking for an email from you, buddy. Let's make it happen. Don't let her down. Don't disappoint her. Eric Maxey, what's up, says NCL Premium Plus drink package gives you a bottle of wine at each dinner. That's very cool. Or you can be like Sharon, and you can drill the sommelier, the wine steward, so hard, have so much back and forth with that person that they will eventually give you a glass of wine that's only sold by the bottle. You're a rock star.
Well, I was just trying to find a wine I liked.
You are a rock star.
I wanted a sweet red wine, and they just didn't have one.
Oh, they did. They finally did.
No, I ended up getting a white wine.
Oh, I know, right? Jamie said, "I'm so sorry, but I hope you had your pillowcases to catch your tears." I hope I don't have. I hope my pillowcases, my beautiful Charger pillowcases, catch my tears of joy for the rest of the season. It's only preseason, so we're not focused on that. Preseason is all about talent evaluation and establishing your roster for the regular season. So I'm okay. I'm cool with that.
Yeah, the boys love their pillowcases.
Question from John B. I have two $250 cruise next certificates for NCL. Will they apply to your New Year's Eve group cruise fare?
They will. You can definitely use one on it, which will cover the deposit. And right now, I think for a few more days, you can double up if you want. So you can apply the second one just if you want to use it, just pay more on your cruise. But so certain times they have offers where you can double up.
I should have known this is coming. Daniel Fields, the question, did the Chargers at least pay the rent on time to Stan Kroenke, owner of the Rams? Oh, they paid the rent on time. Don't you worry about that, buddy. They'll be paying it extra with all the playoff checks they'll be cashing this year while the Rams are watching the playoffs from the visitor locker room. As a matter of fact, the Rams will be in the visitor locker room this weekend because it's Rams at Chargers, and Chargers are the home team. How do you like that, Daniel Fields? Enjoy the visitor locker room. Actually, no. I think each team has their own locker room, and then there's a third one for the visitors. But anyway, I knew a comment was coming. Brian from Highway Cruise says your second Prima cruise was your best one, right?
Ah,
I don't know. Was there anything special about that second Prima cruise?
that was a good one.
Did we run it? Did we meet any new friends, or did we have anybody? No, I think it's just you and I most of the time, right? A couple of randos, a couple random people at the bar, but there was one really nice lady named Julie we met. She was lovely, amazing personality. She said she had a husband and kids. She was so happy to leave at home and just be out on her own, having a good time.
Oh my god.
So I tease because I love Brian. John and Diamond said, question, Jamie, what are you sipping? Oh, wait a second. I've been enjoying the recent videos. Can't wait to see y'all in the near future. John and Diamond, we can't wait either. I am just sipping a little Johnny Walker Black Label. A little scotch tonight. I've been on a little bit of a scotch run lately, and I'm enjoying it. I have had some scotch on the Prima, as a matter of fact, so that's what I've got. Teresa said I pronounced it perfectly.
Oh.
I do that, don't I?
Yeah.
I have a knack for pronunciation. It all started when I said Pam Humperzumian, and it's been all easy peasy from there. So, Teresa Rapkowitz, thanks for joining us, and thank you for having your name be so awesome that I can say it. I've seen a lot of brand new names tonight. I love when we see new names in the chat.
Yeah, there is.
It's always very exciting. Let's see, what else do we have? Nancy Rafaelian says, hi, Sharon and Jamie, how you doing? Have you ever cruised out of Manhattan by cruise port? If so, what was the experience like?
Yeah.
Well, the cruising from Manhattan on the cruise is outstanding. I mean, driving by the Statue of Liberty, under the Verrazano Bridge. I mean, the whole thing is awesome.
Oh, leaving out of Manhattan is probably one of my sailaways. Probably one of my favorite sailaways ever. It's just something about seeing the Statue of Liberty as you go by, and the whole thing. It's just really special.
And getting into the cruise port and getting dropped off by Uber or whatever the case is has always been very easy. Usually it's out of Pier 88. You just zip right up there, boom, get dropped off.
It's a little more of a struggle when you leave, when you get off the ship and leave. If you're going to get an Uber or taxi, you have to kind of walk down the block a bit to catch it. But we haven't had any problems leaving out of Manhattan. We actually like leaving.
Yes, it's awesome. It's a little costly.
Yeah.
And last time we did it, we stayed over on the New Jersey side, right across the river. So that was a great experience. And then we even took a ferry like back and forth from Jersey to New York.
And that's a great.
And that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, unless you like it's your first time in New York and you really want to see some of the sights of New York. Staying over on the Jersey side and things, that's actually can save a lot of money.
A little bit cheaper. Yeah. Yes, for sure. Let's see. Okay. Oh, look at that. My Serena might be interested in those tickets. Oh, yeah. They're working it out. Yes, just go into the cruise crew, search, go to members and search Debbie, and then it'll pull her up, and then it'll have an option to send her a Facebook message right there. Shayna said, I usually can't find sweet reds on cruises, just Moscatos.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
See that?
It's hard. That's why sometimes I'll bring my own if I don't have a package.
Kimber Baker said the Chargers are like a teenage boy not able to score. Obviously, you didn't know me when I was a teenage boy. Hello. My mullet was like a key to unlock the door to life. Let's see. I just wanted on record that I take no responsibility for the Seahawks, said Crazy Cat Traveler. Duly noted, Crazy Cat Traveler, said Heidi Leskin. There you go. Chris Sisevsky, what's going on? A little late, but I'm here. Hello from Minnesota.
Oh.
What's up, Chris? Listen, you can just go back and watch the entire show again. It's cool. You can definitely do that. Tonight, a lot of us interacting in the chat, and that's just how we love it, and that's what we want to do. Jamie, have you ever added just a drop or two of water to the scotch? Really mellows it out. I don't add water to it, but by putting in the ice cube, I think that kind of does the same thing. I just went with the one round ice cube, just one ice cube for scotch.
Oh,
you don't want to. Well, the ice cube's gone.
Oh,
but
that melted pretty quick.
But that's one thing I learned because I did the scotch class on a Carnival cruise, where we made different scotches and stuff like that, which was freaking awesome. I don't know how much it costs now. I think it was only like $35-$40 back then. But
It's probably 60,
I did that.
60,
Triple the
80.
cost. But I did learn about just making sure put one ice cube in there because the water like a lot gets the flavor to come out. So you're absolutely right about that. Very good comment. Very wise on the alcohol
Chris
front
says,
there.
have you ever cruised out of New Orleans? And if so, how did you like it? Yeah, we've cruised out of New Orleans a few times.
Tricky question, Chris.
That is a tricky question.
And here's Sharon's answer.
It's not my favorite cruise. It's probably my least favorite cruise port to cruise out of, if leaving somewhere from the U.S.
Good night, Larry Thomas.
But,
We love you. Say hi to
Good
Lane.
night, Larry.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
But if you've never been in New Orleans, there's lots of cool things to see there. But now that we've seen some of those, like just leaving out of there, it's just not our favorite place. It's when you leave, you have such a long way to get out before you can really see anything. It's just, I don't know. I feel like it's very uneventful myself, and it's just not my favorite place to go.
But you love
a lot
New
of
Orleans.
people
Like,
love
don't you love Bourbon Street in New Orleans and the whole party scene, Sharon?
Well,
Don't you love playing puke hopscotch?
no. I mean, I've had some good times in my younger years in New Orleans, but now
What?
it's not my favorite place to go.
Yes. We've been there a couple times as a family, and it's not really conducive to families in our opinion. I love to party myself, but it's even not really my scene. I spent one or two nights out a little bit later, but
Jamie probably dislikes it more than
I don't need an entire town that's just a wild and crazy party. Just give me one or two places and a nice town, and I can party there. I don't know. It just didn't wow me. It's a pain in the butt getting in and out of the port.
I mean, it's interesting.
It's very chaotic.
And
like Sharon said,
if you haven't been before, it's definitely a place to check out once or so. But yeah, the port, getting in and out of the port was kind of a nightmare.
Getting out was really crazy.
Yeah, it's just.
And it's just the muddy Mississippi. I mean, it may, you see a little bit of town for 20 minutes, and then you got a couple of hours worth of just slow rolling. And I think the last time we were there, it was foggy, so you just couldn't see anything. It's just, I don't know, not a fan.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to be a bummer for you. But if you're going, you'll have a great cruise.
Yeah, you will.
Yeah.
You will.
I recall having to wait a very long time
I do like
when we left New Orleans.
beignets. I do like the beignets.
Oh my gosh. When we left New Orleans, I recall it took quite a while for the casino to open up. Now, some people have said, oh yeah, within an hour it'll be open as you go down the Mississippi. I don't know. I don't recall it being that soon. I don't know. Maybe cruise lines are somewhat different. I don't know. Anyone wants to throw in a comment of their experience, they can. We did a cruise port guide about going out of there, with some of the places you can stay and what the experience might be like when you leave there. Airports to fly into, some hotel options and things like that. They have a casino there, so you can gamble if you want to do that. I think Daniel Fields is in the chat, and he might be familiar with that. If you got any questions, but I don't know. Yeah, just not one of our top places. It's a little uneventful, like Sharon said.
Yeah.
That is for sure. All right, let me see what else we got here. Let me catch up to the chat a little bit. Oh yeah, Daniel Fields said also leaving in New Orleans, the Starlink is sort of not turned on while in port, so we missed an NFL playoff game.
Oh.
Yeah, that's not cool. That's never a good thing. Is it pretty easy to fly in and out of Vancouver? Oh yeah, super easy.
Yeah.
Super easy. We really like going out of Vancouver.
Yeah.
A lot of hotel options. Yes, it's been a great experience both times leaving out of there.
Yeah.
Let's see. What else do we have? Yeah, sometimes it's easy to rely on friends to get around New York City. That is for sure. That is for sure, especially if you fly into Newark, but you're then flying out of JFK and you need a lift and a good meal too. So that always comes in handy for sure. I'm on the Prima in November, and the app shows both shows for the cruise.
Oh.
Okay. Well, there you go. So maybe they're only replacing Donna Summer for September.
Yeah. Maybe they're gonna have both then.
Heidi said, I really need to go out of Manhattan. I need to revisit Ellis Island since my mom's parents and 2 sisters were there. We have a family brick on the walk to help when they refurbish. Oh, that's very cool.
Yeah.
Yes, we loved going out of New York, going around, going down to to where the towers were, the memorial there, and Statue of Liberty, climbing that. It was just awesome.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's really cool.
Yes. I was convinced I was getting kicked off the breakaway cruise because the Seahawks beat the Chargers. Then a month later, my Oregon Ducks beat John's Ohio State. Oh yeah. Well, no, we talked about it. We let you on that time because for your good behavior, but we'll see what happens next time. NTL Breakaway has a whiskey class. Oh yes, Wendy. They do have that kind of stuff. It's a lot of fun. The whiskey, the scotch, the wine. I got to do more of those. Yeah. I think one thing is that a lot, like on NTL, you have the drink package. And then you pay extra to try some whiskeys.
I think that's why on NCL you don't.
I'm like, listen, I can have my own whiskey class. I can just go get 4 different whiskeys and try them that way. As a matter of fact, Wendy, next time we cruise together, let's have our own personal whiskey tasting class. How do you like that?
There you go.
We can plan that. Chris said, I've been to New Orleans, but thanks for the honesty on leaving from the port. Other than New York, what's your favorite port to cruise out of?
Oh,
Miami is gorgeous to cruise out of and usually pretty easy.
Miami's, the sail away is probably the prettiest, but I like Port Canaveral a lot, and because you're still going to get that Miami sail away eventually when you get down there. So probably.
What do you mean? Oh, you mean when you pass Miami?
Yeah, when you pass it,
you'll still see some of that stuff.
So I'm going to say, if from the U.S. here, I'm going to say Port Canaveral is probably my favorite.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? Okay.
I enjoyed Southampton too.
All right.
But that's but just, here going to the Caribbean or something like that. Yeah, I'm gonna say Port Canaveral.
All right, there you go. Let's see what else do we have here? I know it's getting a little late, Sharon. I know it's getting late. Don't go off the street. Don't go on the streets after 10, but New Orleans was so fun. Yes, Wendy, after 10 is when it gets crazy. Yeah. After 10 would be good for Roger, as a matter of fact. Wendy, you need to go back to the hotel by 10, but that's when Roger should be going out onto the streets.
Oh, no, I don't think so. I don't think anyone
because I know how he likes to party.
Down those dark alleys.
I know how he likes. I remember the first time Matthew almost stepped on a guy that was sleeping in on the side of the sidewalk.
He was younger.
It startled him.
Yeah.
We were trying to walk over to the beignet place. I can't remember.
Well, it was later. It was later at night, and we had got there, got settled in our hotel, and I insisted I needed to go have a beignet. So we were walking, cleared, and it was quite a walk from where we were staying. But we walked down, and it wasn't. There's a lot of things.
Yeah. Anyone looking forward to sailing out of Philadelphia? I know it's just NCL for now, but maybe other cruise lines later. I don't know, man. I mean, I used to go to Philly for concerts and sporting events.
Probably not, but it's not Philly for us though. That's not the reason. Currently, it's the itineraries that they have scheduled. They're just not itineraries that I think we want to do in the near future. I guess so. That's probably why.
There you go. Let me see. Nancy, is it, Jamie, one day read my post. What post are you talking about, Nancy? Is it a post in here?
One day.
Or is it a post that you have somewhere? Let me know which one I'm trying to read.
Probably in here.
I don't see you. Hold on. I love New Orleans. Growing up in Louisiana, would cruise from there again. Is that the post you're talking about? There you go. Listen, I know why you love New Orleans, because it's a good town to party and they got a nice casino there. I know that. I know what you're all about. I know what you're all about, Nancy. Have you cruised on the Carnival of Venezia? No, Nancy Raffalian, but I was on the Firenze, and I loved it. I really, really liked that ship, especially with friends. It was just an awesome ship to hang out with friends with. Julie Amos, hope you're feeling better. Julie says she's a little bumped up. Did I miss something? Were you in a fight? Are you boxing? Are you doing mixed martial arts again or something? What's happening?
I hope you feel better, Julie.
There you go. When's the next group cruise? Said Chris Sasevsky.
The next group cruise is New Year's Eve. This New Year's Eve.
You're right about that. Oh, that's that one. This one,
Yes.
Norwegian Joy. That's going to be awesome. We're going to have a great time, and there are still some cabins available if you want to join us. So jump on that deal, and remember you can also join us on the Elation, April 28th next year. The girls' cruise for all you ladies out there. Sharon and Nancy are co-hosting again. It's going to be off the chisel, and of course, we're going to have a blast with the guys from How We Cruise, Miami, Nassau, Half Moon Cay, Grand Turk. It's going to be an amazing time, July 12 to 17. Get the summer started right next year. And contact us, contact Brian and Julie. It doesn't matter, but just contact somebody to get on that cruise ship. Because you're going to have a great time. All right, let's see. What else, Sharon? Bum, 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 bum. Yeah, Mr. Z called, talked to me. Yeah, most of the time the ad lets you just skip it after 5 seconds. New Orleans, trolleys during the day and Ubers during the night. Good food and music all the time. New Orleans, you stay on certain areas. Have known this for years. Speaking about New Orleans, that's where we first met you guys. Said Scott Beatty. Hey, there you go. See, I knew it was good for something. Yeah, we stayed in the hotel. The hotel was nice. I really liked that hotel with that Luke bar inside of it.
Yeah, that was nice.
I like NCL, but not sure I like Philly enough, or the itinerary they have, or Boston or New York.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to go to Bermuda, then I think Philly's going to be a great place to go.
Right, yeah.
And they might head down and hit Key West or maybe, Port Canaveral or something like that.
Yeah.
Scott said, so glad you guys are branching out and going to Europe. So are we.
Yeah,
so are we.
I am still trying to figure out how we can get back over to Europe this summer coming up somehow for a few days.
Ed Hatch said, we just found out about you today. Literally today, he just stumbled across, and now he's here in a live stream. Ed, thanks for joining us.
Yeah.
Don't forget to subscribe and all that good stuff, and look for more content coming out soon. Our next cruise will be on Princess, but we'll make some more cruising videos here in the coming weeks to hopefully keep you guys slightly entertained until our next cruise. Let's see. Yes, see, Nancy. I knew that, Nancy. Nancy went to Harrods and walked away up 17K.
Oh, wow.
Wrapped it up in Dan's ponytail holder. That's unbelievable. I would have been so sad if you went there, pulled Dan's ponytail down, and it was gone. Oh, my God. But maybe it's a safe bet. Was it more? Did he put it up in like a man bun? Because I can picture that happening. Wrap the catch around it. I tried on the trash. I tried on the trash lid and fell off the curb into the street. Not fun. Oh my God, Julie.
Oh no, Julie.
Please.
Oh.
Cafe Du Monde. That's the place I was
Yeah.
talking about. Thank you,
Yeah.
Rich. I appreciate that. I always appreciate that. All right. Let's see. What else do we have? Yes. Wendy's saying yes, Nancy. The money ponytail holder. She loves it. I would do Philly, but man, those prices are a lot. Said Nelly.
Yeah. Well.
Nelly.
Yeah, going out there, but going to Bermuda
to
is
Sopo
pricey, too, because the port fees and are high in Bermuda.
Hold on, I'm trying this last name, Sharon. Nelly Tuisasopo. Nelly, did I say that right? Please let me know. Right here, Nelly Tuisasopo. Nelly Tuiasasopo. Tui Asasopo. I got it. That's it. Nelly Tuiasasopo. That's the one, isn't it, Nelly? Tell me the truth. Tell me the truth. Don't leave me hanging. I got it on the last one. Tuiasasopo. Boom. Nailed it.
Jojo Rancho says Disney has a 3-day cruise out of Southampton.
Oof.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine how much that would be.
But I wouldn't. If I'm flying to Southampton, I need to have a longer cruise than that 3 days. So I think that's a.
Cherry Ice Cream says, I'm from Philly, but I wish that was Royal Caribbean. On a new ship and a better itinerary. Okay, Nelly said yes. Nelly said no. Almost. The beginning was right. Yes, now.
Oh.
See, I got it. Tui Asasopo. Boom. It took a second, Nelly, but I pride myself on the pronunciation of the names. That's one thing you'll learn about me if you keep following the channel. Sharon, we've reached the end of the chat, and I think we've reached the end of the evening. It's been amazing. A solid hour and a half here with you guys. You guys have been great tonight, haven't you? Give yourselves a round of applause. Fabulous job, everybody in the chat. We love it. Great questions, great comments all night long.
You
Thank you so much.
Like we were going to get an answer back in here. Actually, hear an answer.
Sometimes I forget that nobody's actually there, and they're all like through the camera and on the other side. Sometimes I just want to have the TV screen, like people just show up on the screen so I can talk to them in person, like a Zoom call or something like that. Sometimes that's what I want to do.
Yeah, maybe we'll do that. Maybe sometime we'll do some kind of contest or something and do some Zoom calls with just like, less people, just a few people at once,
Like a happy hour with Sharon at Sea Travel?
something like that. Yeah, I don't know.
Cocktail hour?
Something like that. Yeah.
Maybe? Pizza
Maybe
party?
Maybe we'll do something
Oh my
like
God,
that.
just like when in the pandemic when we used to do that, pizza parties, cocktail parties, cocktail hours.
Uh.
I hate to say it, but those were some of the best times doing the live stream during the pandemic. Because no one had anything else to do. Everyone was here for it. Everyone was here. All right, listen, you guys have been awesome tonight. We really appreciate it. Thank you for joining us. If you haven't done it yet, make sure that you subscribe to the YouTube channel. Hit the thumbs up if you like the video. Hit notifications on so you know when new content comes out. Go watch some other videos. We just finished all of our Prima Europe videos. We might have likes and dislikes coming out for the Prima. Kind of an update on our last one that we did 2 years ago.
There were
So we
a
got
few
that one in the
things
making.
on the Prima this time that we noticed that were that changed since
Yes.
we were on the Prima before.
Yes,
So
for sure.
it's kind of like I guess, updated likes and dislikes with some of the updates.
Ken Brubaker said, I learned that Sharon likes New Orleans better without Jamie.
Well, I did go to New Orleans once years ago before we met, and that was probably the craziest time I went.
There you go. Jamie, you pronounced my name perfectly. Thank you, Chris. I appreciate that. See that? I'm the best name pronouncer in all of YouTube. All of YouTube. I challenge you to find a YouTuber on a live stream that pronounces names better than me. And spread the word. Thank you, Nelly. We appreciate it. And thanks for sharing your last name. Wendy said, we are the champions, my friends, and we'll keep on cruising till the end. But you have to say that as if you're Freddie Mercury singing it out loud. Listen, it's been a great. We love it. Remember, contact Debbie Range for your tickets. They're not free. Okay, she just wants to get their money back, and maybe something for a beer for Clark would be good or something like that. I learned that something that me and Jamie have in common. I hate the Cowboys because I'm a lifelong fan, and Jamie hates the Cowboys because he is a lifelong fan of a rival team. That is right. That is exactly right. I challenge you to say my name correctly. I don't know, Chica. I don't know if it's Chica or Chika, and you've never corrected me. How do you pronounce my name? Off the chisel, I know how to say your name. Or is it Shika? Maybe the CH is sh. Tony would mispronounce on purpose just because. I know that's what he would do that just to piss me. He does that because he can't pronounce any name. Don't tell him I said this. I know he's still in Europe. I think he'll never hear this or watch till the end of the video. So, Tony will mispronounce the names on purpose because he won't say them right anyway. So he purposely mispronounces them. And that's how he gets away with it. Don't let him off the hook.
Oh, Chica.
Okay, so I've said, all right, so I've said it.
Oh,
Chica, I always say like Chica Chika.
Oh.
Okay, Chica. All right, I like it.
Well, remember
I like
that
it.
now.
I'll never forget it now. Literally, I'll never forget it. Never forget it. Sugar loves the Cowboys. Boo, Cowboys. All right, listen, we're out of here. You guys have been great. Thanks for joining us. And contact Sharon for all of your cruising needs, guys. One more time, sharonatsea@gmail.com. We don't promote it that much. Maybe we should do it more often, but Sharon is an amazing travel agent with 8 years of experience, thousands of cruises, and if you email her, she'll respond to you in way, way less than 24 hours, usually more like 1 or 2 hours at the most, unless there's just something weird going on, like she's out of the house for a couple hours or something. So contact her to book your cruises. She won't tell you because she's too humble, but I will tell you, she's the best in the business. And from all of us here at Sharon at Sea Travel, to all of you, from me, Sharon, Matthew, Callie, Lucy, Nancy, Leanne, thank you so much for always being there. We love you girls. You're the best. And until next time.
We will. We'll see you in 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
2 weeks?
Yeah, I think it's the 26th. But
26?
just 2 Mondays from now.
Okay, I can be there. I'm
Okay.
free. I think I'm free that day. I'm free. I'll make a mental note.
That's nice.
I'll make a mental note. The 26th will be
Jamie's
there.
free. We'll be here.
Oh wait, hold on. The 26th?
Oh,
No, I can't.
why?
The 26th, I have some fantasy football drafts. Okay,
Oh,
not this
goodness.
coming weekend, but the next weekend. Look for us.
Now we know what's important.
Look for us with a special weekend live stream, guys. In 2 weeks, we're gonna have a special weekend live stream. Keep an eye out for that. We'll let
Okay,
you know in
maybe-
plenty of time.
when?
Join us at the Sharon at Sea Cruise
Sunday?
Crew on Facebook
No,
to
Sunday's
keep up on
football.
that.
Sunday's football.
So that doesn't. It's preseason football,
Oh.
so we'll be okay.
Okay.
We'll work it out. We'll make something happen.
Okay.
We'll make it happen. All right. You guys are awesome. We love you. Until next time, thanks for joining us, and we'll see you around the block, won't we?
Yeah.
We'll see you in the next video.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.